morning, everyone. Well, actually it's not such a good morning. I just missed out on getting my solar panels installed, but that's in another video. I'll leave a link up there. So while I was waiting for the guys to assess the whole situation, see whether they could install today, I came out. I was bringing out an IBC to put in back into my little system with my animal shelters, so it will look similar to that one over there. So the way I work it is I've got 4 IBCs and a roof over the top, and it works brilliantly for the goats for a little house. It provides shelter and it provides a spot where I can put water storage and somewhere where I can plant and have things grow. At the moment I have a mulberry tree that keeps getting eaten by goats, so it's not doing so well. But the really cool thing, move that. There's the mulberry. It was doing a lot better, but it would be doing even more better if we were actually getting rain, which we haven't been. But while I've been down here mucking around with all of this, I discovered a pumpkin, and I've had another one too that the horses, it looks like the horses knocked off the vine, so I've got it over on the milk stand. So I'm really pleased. But I'm here with my wire and my bolt cutters, and I'm going to put some protection around this so the goats can't get it again. And I'm trying to get my IBC fittings onto my tanks, and they're not going on. I've tried 2 different threads on that tack and neither of them are working. So I'm very frustrated at the moment. Anyway, not to matter, because generally speaking, an IBC has either 2 options with its threads. Either threads like that, or a thread like that. And that has that. Now I'm sure I've had a fitting on it before, but it just doesn't seem to want to go on. So it's getting quite frustrating. And I'm thinking I might just bucket water out, because I really wanted to water that poor mulberry, because it hasn't been getting any water. And I really want to plant some other herbs around there as well. But if I plant other plants in there, they're going to need water. So anyway, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do at the moment. At the moment, I just want to get the metal arch thing up, wherever it is. It's just on the other side of that IBC cage. So I just want to get that up so it's at least protecting the mulberry from the goats coming in and eating it again. And I should have done it when I first planted it, because if I had, I would have not only a mulberry on that side, but I'd have a moringa on this side. The goats ripped that one out. I have actually managed to recover it, so it has actually, it is still actually a viable plant, thankfully. But I've got to bring another IBC over, and I think I've done myself in just moving that one. So I basically rolled that IBC from that pile over there, so it travelled all the way over there and then all the way up here, and then rolled it all the way over there and put it there on a spacer bricks. So I need to set up the second one, and hubby took off with the 2 that I had here because he turned them into goat shelters because their taps were useless. So they were broken taps that weren't working, so they weren't really any use for what I was wanting them to be useful for. So he swapped them out, but he didn't swap them out. He just took off with them from here and didn't replace them. So yes, anyway, back to sorting out this section so that the goats don't get to my mulberry. But I'm hoping it's not too late in the season for it to start getting a bit more growth on it. In some respects I should take that one out and just put another one in its place, but I'm going to persevere with this one. I really should get a moringa over there. I mean, at the moment the girls aren't going to come in here, so it's not a huge drama, but they weren't supposed to get to it in the first place, and goats have a knack of doing things you don't want them to. Anyway, you have a great one. Catch you in the next one. I'll be back once I've finished putting the side up, actually. So stay tuned to see what it all looks like. when I finish getting that side up. Back soon. And that is the other pumpkin that I harvested. Well, the horses harvested it actually. I've just rescued it. But yeah, kind of happy about that. Really pleased. Yes. I just found another pumpkin. I actually only stood on it. And I think that one's, I don't think it's quite ready. But yeah, another pumpkin. How exciting. Anyway, so it's not pretty. It's probably not a very good idea. Mostly because I've got little bits of ends of wire sticking out. Hubby would have done a much better job, but hubby's not here. Hubby's at work. And hubby's got 100 other things to do. So yeah, that's a problem. And that's a problem. So I need to come up with an idea as to what to do with that. Half my problem is I just don't have the strength in my hands. And I think I'm using the wrong tool. I usually am. And hubby always grouches at me saying, you're using the wrong tools. And I'm like, well, that's what I have. And I just don't have the strength in my hands. And it's quite thick wire. But in any case, could the goats get under that? Maybe. But I think they're more likely to try and eat any branches that come up the top. So, which the state that poor little mulberry's in, I could be hoping. It's not dead though, so where there's life, there's hope. So I'm going to put some worm castings over here. I probably should have done it before I put this up, because I want to put some more wood chips down here as well. Because if I wood chip all down there, then the goats won't be able to get in. I just have a really thick layer of wood chips on the bottom. And trees grow on fallen trees. So yeah, I might put some worm castings, I might just put some worm tea. I might not get anything done because this is out in the middle of the paddock and it's a long way away from the house. I don't come out here very often. Honestly, it's not that far from the house. But I don't come out here very often. And I was hoping to be able to put a tap onto this IBC because it has got a bit of water in it. That one I can get the tap on. That one, the tap's not going on. So I'm not sure why. I might just need to clean the thread, or the thread might be wrecked and I might need to swap out that IBC for another one. So and I've still got a few more left. I think they're mostly garden beds over there. I don't think there's too many full IBCs over there. There might be. And I've got my aquaponics balcony unit out here, which I haven't quite decided where I'm putting that yet. Oh, there's grasshoppers all through this grass. Oh my goodness. Look at this. This paddock is in not a very good state at all. But you can now see where we're coming into, where the goats have been. And the plants are a lot closer together here. Oh, I haven't checked to see if there's any pumpkins out here. No pumpkins on that vine by the looks. But yeah, and I need to stick this one up as well and create the little tree garden there. But I came over to look at IBCs. There's a few. There's a couple in there, but they're right at the back, so they're a bit hard to get to. I'd have to move all this stuff out of the road first to get to those, which is a pain in the derriere. What's in here? Nothing but rotting stuff, because it's been left upright and it probably collected water when we did get rain, and that was really not sensible. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. So yeah, I can't actually get into those IBCs at the moment, which is a bit of a pest. Oh, and this is my aquaponics balcony unit. This is what we started off with when we were at Dampier Avenue. So it was part of our first system. So it had That's the grow bed, and that's the sump. So that's actually the balcony unit that you get from Murray Hallam. And I had 3 bathtubs. At the moment I've still only got one left that's still got its base. The rest of the bases have all disintegrated, so that one's probably not far away either. So yeah, so that was part of my original aquaponic system that we first started off with. It was a fantastic start, and I'm going to set that back up again. I'm just debating whether or not I'll have it at the back door of the house where I had the small system, or whether I'll have it outside Mum's window to create a bit of an environmental microclimate type thing for her. But what I was looking for, I have found. I mean, that IBC is part of... I could actually use that one. I mean, yeah, it's got an overflow thing there, but that's not tragic. I could use that one potentially. But anyway, that's the update for today. So I've at least got a bit of protection for that mulberry tree. I need to get in out of the sun, and it's quite warm, even though it's very overcast. Hopefully we get some rain. Desperately need it. As you can see, there's not a lot of green left in this paddock anymore. It's a bit sad really. These paddocks need a lot of work. Mostly by the animals, but I've got to get the animals set up so that I can get the animals to move around in here. So yeah, this spot where I rolled out the bales of mulch is coming back nicely. It's probably doing the best out of the entire paddock, but like where the grass is coming up. Yeah, it's all good. I'm kind of stoked about these couple of pumpkins I found though. Anyway, you have a great one, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bless you, have a great day, and thanks for watching.